impressive.
5-second board goes up for the final sprint race of the day here at Croft. Final sprint race of the weekend. Red lights go on, and they go out. Away they go, and a pretty good start by Marcus Bailey there from the outside of the front run. I think he might have got ahead of Jordan Johnson on the run down towards Clervaux Corner for the first time. And let's have a look. Well, actually, it's 3-1. And Declan McDonnell is trying to go around the outside. It's a bit of rubbing as they turn through the first right-hander. Declan McDonnell uses some of the runoff area there and going very wide and into the barriers. I'm afraid it's Marcus Bailey at the Hawthorn there. So he had a fast start to the race. He had quite a fast end to it as well because he got off into the barriers at the exit of Hawthorn nose first. Declan McDonnell has got his hand in the air, as have one or two others.
They went through the chicane, so I'm not sure if they were trying to let people back through. They passed on the road, but look at Ben Abbott. What a start from him. He leads.
He does indeed. Jordan Johnson second, Courtney Milnes is third, Ian Tomlinson fourth, Declan McDonnell fifth, Ben Hansey sixth, Ben Short seventh, Mike Combat eighth, and Tom Roach ninth. So bar that one car that's gone off, they've not made up any places really.
Which I think adds the entertainment to us. I think Marcus Bailey's got back going, so there's no caution down there. So it's Ben Abbott that's made great progress. He wasn't that much slower than them top three, and he leads this. I think he's got a good chance. Here comes Combo up the inside of Tomlinson. Ben Short's passed him already, and Tom Roach is going to follow through as well. So, oh, is he? No, he's going to be stuck behind Tomlinson here through Sunny out, so that's going to hamper his progress a bit. But look at Ben Abbott. He's done to get away now from Jordan Johnson.
Certainly is, and this is crucial if you can make some time up in the early stages of the race. Meanwhile, just behind them, Ben Hansey up the inside of Declan McDonnell there. Ben Short is going to try and follow through as well. Tom Roach has got past Ian Tomlinson and trying to follow him through there as well. I think possibly Stephen Craggs.
But instead, Comber chucks it up the inside of Short, and I think might get him, maybe not, because the inside line you're so tight and you don't have the exit. The Short's back in front. They're both still trying to pass Declan McDonnell.
But it's Ben Abbott then that leads at the end of lap one by 0.8 of a second from Jordan Johnson in third. Courtney Milnes, treble 7, is in third position. She's got Ben Hansey right behind her, and then it's Short and Comber 5th and 6th as they turn their way through. Lots of dust being kicked up.
I think Declan McDonnell run a bit wide. He was being passed by those three quick drivers. They all went past McDonnell there, so he's dropped behind them to Comber. He's behind Short there in what, 5th and 6th positions, chasing after Ben Hansey, who in turn is trying to gain positions down towards Tower Corner. But it is Ben Abbott that will arrive first. There's Hansey, he's going third, past Courtney Milnes. There's Short, Comber and Roach, all still together.
23 Stephen Rees into the pit lane at the end of lap number 1. The 67 car there you can see is that of David Abbott. Keeping it in the family, Ben Abbott is out front, Jordan Johnson with him. Ben Hansey then up to third. The expense of Courtney Milnes, Marcus Bailey also back to the pit lane as well after going nose first into the barrier at Hawthorn. And so here is the fight for third position. And look at this, you've got those three front runners from the earlier races, Short, Comber and Roach in this group of cars, but Milnes and Hansey won't make it easy to get past, I'm sure. Heading out of Sunny down towards the complex there are the first two. It's still Ben Abbott leading the way, and he was in 4th place coming into the championship coming into this weekend, of course.
Ben Short nipped up the inside of Courtney Milnes and has gone past her, so both Comber and Roach will be keen to follow very soon, and just immediately Comber dives up the inside into the hairpin. He's tried this move a few times on Short, which didn't work, but it does work on Courtney Milnes.
Yeah, so Roach now is the one still behind Courtney. He will try to get through as they move on to lap number 3 of the race, and it's still at the lead for Ben Abbott, but Short there is in the best lap of the race so far, the first flying for 1:41.27, so he's the fastest man out there, and already he's attached himself onto the back of the car of Ben Hansey to make it 4 cars for the lead. There's David Abbott with Ian Tomlinson just behind him, so that's at the back end of the top 10, I think.
Indeed, so they make their way through Hawthorn and into the chicane. Meanwhile, the leaders exit the chicane with Ben Short, with Ben Hansey trying to move forwards down towards Tower Bend. We'll see if we can pick that up. We can, there they are. Ben Hansey's got second. He had a bit of a help, I think, from his teammate there down the straight, so he goes ahead of Jordan Johnson. So Hansey's now second. Is that McDonnell over the grass on the exit of Tower? He's losing more positions therefore. So Hansey's the one that gained out of that rather than Ben Short, and they've caught Ben Abbott now. So it's 4 at least for the lead. It
is Mike Comber will try and bridge the gap between himself and these 4, Bouncing over the curb goes Ben Hansey in second place. A spin for the number 90 car. That's Andrew Robinson, the driver from Guysborough, but he will get back onto the circuit. So Ben Abbott now with all of this pressure on his shoulders. Ben Hansey trying to get alongside into the complex. He's got to be careful not to leave any doors open though for the likes of Ben Short behind him, who gets a bit caught up in an incident there, a bit delayed with a bit of contact, and he still holds third place. So after all of that, Comber, it is through to fourth, Tom Roach through to fifth place now, and then it's Jordan Johnson who was leading in sixth and Courtney Milne seventh. So a 7-car group for the lead. Behind that you've got Declan McDonald, Stephen Craggs, and 10th is David Abbott.
Tom Roach has moved down the inside of the hairpin, was pretty epic. Ben Abbott though is the leader as they turn into Clairvaux. He's got all these cars though chasing after him, including the double champion Ben Hansey, including Ben Short, who's won so many MX-5 races, not least this year. Mike Comber, former low-cost champion, and Tom Roach, former Mazda champion in the past. And Ben Abbott's under a lot of pressure here as they come down towards Tower. Ben Hansey slipstreams past him. So will Ben Short, and Short's going to go for the lead here up the inside of Hansey. If he does this, this could be a race-winning kind of move, and he's done it. Then he's got 2 cars between himself and Comber and Roach, and that is super important.
Yeah, third to first in the space of 1 corner basically there for Ben Short, and Comber and Roach have yet to break through. Those two side by side, in fact, for 4th and 5th position as they go through the Jim Clark S's, heading now on towards Barcroft, and it's Roach now that's ahead in the 125 car of Comber in number 58, and Roach at Sunny is making a move up the inside of Ben Abbott there. He's alongside the green and purple cars together, but the Blandini liveried machine goes through. He's now into the top 3, Ben Short leading, and it's Ben Hansey between the 2 of them.
It is. So, and Comber down the inside of Abbott here, and he can't quite manage it though. He gave it a good go. Courtney Mills and Jordan Johnson are still there, not far away. Declan McDonald and Stephen Craggs having a great race. He's up there in 9th place. Here comes Comber locking up, doing the move that Roach did a lap ago, and he goes down the inside of Ben Abbott, but it's not going to work for him, I don't think, because the exit the corner doesn't really pay off. But Ben Short's starting to get away now, as we thought might happen. We've done 4 laps of this race. I think it should be 9 for the MX-5 Cup. Hansey second, 30 Roach, side by side for 4th, 3 wide. It's Courtney Mills, goes up the inside of both Comber and Abbott. She gets one of them. She gets past Mike Comber, who loses her place instead of going forwards.
That's not what he wanted, is it? So he's now really losing out because he's got 2 cars between himself and the 2 that he thinks he should be battling with. And now Hansey over the chicane.
Yes, that's not quite the line that is intended, is it? Well, he gained a load of time over Tom Roach by doing that. Not really sure you should be gaining time by doing that line, but
let's see if he gets a track limits warning as off the back of that.
Mike Comber now comes back round the outside of Courtney Milnes, who passed him at the beginning of the lap. Halfway through the race, they're side by side on lap 5 down to the Jim Clark S's, and Comber goes back ahead then of Courtney Milnes. You've got Jordan Johnson, who stayed with them despite losing a load of places a lap or so ago after leading the race for quite some time. There he is, 92, but he's still in this lead group with Declan McDonald behind, and Stephen Craggs in P9 trying to hang on to these fast 8 cars at the front of the field that make their way to the end of the lap with a bit of traffic to deal with.
Yeah, 9 cars separated by 4.5 seconds at the end of lap number 4, so that's how tight it is. But it's the number 34 car, Ian Cameron. He's taken keeping out of the way to New Extremes there because he's well off the road. I suspect he might have problems with his car. He's a bit further down the order than would have expected to see him. So it's Short leading, Hansey second. Oh, and a contretemps there involved 61, 94 and 11. So that's Jake Dormer. Liam Cochrane, I'm afraid, has got himself involved, and also Stephen Robinson. And it's Cochrane actually that looks as if he's come off worse in the 94 car.
It does, doesn't it? He was running in 21st. Was it 11 Robinson, you said?
Yeah.
He was in front in 20th. So they were together at the end of the previous lap.
So hopefully they'll get their cars out of the way, and the remaining 6 minutes we have of this race will be able to continue unabated. I guess actually Tom Roach wouldn't mind a safety car here, provided they get another lap after it as well, because he in 3rd place is a long way behind Ben Short in the lead now. 1.8 seconds between them, 1.36 seconds between Short and Hansey, and Roach to the outside of Hansey as they go into Tower Corner. But Hansey's really improved over the years. He's got a lot of experience now and makes it difficult for Tom Roach to try and get past. And Comber is immediately behind Roach now. Then it's Ben Abbott, a gap back then to the 6th place car, which I think is still Courtney Milnes.
Jake Dormer's come into the pit, so I don't think it's been the greatest race for him. The hands out the cockpit, I think that's for yellow flags rather than the safety car at this point. It is, so all the drivers just warning the drivers behind to let them know there's a safety car. Great effort in MX-5 racing. Now the Robinson car is very close to the edge of the track, isn't it, concerningly?
And the Courtney Milnes really having to lock up there. Ben Abbott showing a lot of respect for the yellow flags, quite rightly, but Courtney Milnes then having to really to lock the brakes up to try and keep at bay. Ben Short's lead is still more than useful here, isn't it? It was 1.36 seconds at the start of the lap, but it's grown over the course of it. He's had clean air, of course.
Safety car is coming out.
We do get the safety car with 5 minutes to go. So the question will be, will we get another racing lap after this one? McGann is waiting for the cars at the end of the pit lane.
Tom Roach would have been keen to get ahead of Ben Hansey before the safety car, I think, but it didn't happen for him. So Hansey's done his team boss a good favour there by good defensive driving into Tower Bend. Nothing that he shouldn't have been doing, just good racecraft from him. So after 6 laps, the safety car boards are out. And if we get any raw racing in, I suspect it won't be any more than just a single lap.
No, it wouldn't be more than a lap, would it, at this stage? We've got the recovery vehicle, that's already gone sprinting off to try and shift that car out of the way. So providing this is a relatively sedate lap behind the safety car, we might be able to get going once again. 4 minutes left on the clock, so the McGann leading them round in order. 71, Ben Short leading. Number 1, Ben Hansey is second. Number 125, Tom Roach is third. 58, Mike Comber is fourth. In 5th place, 93, Ben Abbott. 6th is treble 7, Courtney Milnes. 7th is 92, Jordan Johnson. 8th, 43, Declan McDonald. 9th is 47, Stephen Craggs. And 10th, number 67, David Abbott. That is the way of things with 3.5 minutes left to go.
Indeed. It's been a great drive by Stephen Craggs, hasn't it? I don't think we've seen him in the front group before. And where did he start? He started 11th, so he's gained a couple of positions at good pace from him too. I think he's a local driver, isn't he, to Croft circuit, but his lap time's only a second slower than Ben Short, so great progress from him in the MX-5 Cup. There's the progress of the recovery, which is getting there on the Stephen Robinson car, car number 11. So we're down to 29 runners, I think. So we lost Hayden McDonald, Stephen Robinson and Liam Cochrane in that incident. We also lost Jake Dormer to the pit, so whether he was involved too, obviously hard to tell, but it might be possible for the safety car to come in at the end of this lap.
Possibly. I think there was just the one car left to recover there, wasn't there? So hopefully that will be the case. Certainly it will need to be this time if we're going to get another racing lap out of it, because there's only 2.5 minutes left to go.
Notice there Ben Short was readjusting his mirror ready for the restart. Now has the safety car lights gone out? I think they have. Yeah,
and it's got come sprinting back towards us, hasn't it?
We've got 30 seconds to get to the line, whether we're going to get 1 or 2 more laps in.
Well, Ben Short's not hurrying, is he? He is getting a bit of heat back into the tyres, but it is touch and go. It's a 1 minute 42 second lap time. I don't think they're quite going to get there in time, are they? It's going to be a tight run thing as Ben Short now hits the gas up towards the hairpin he goes. And do we get the last lap board as well? We're certainly going to get the green flag this time, and Ben Short seems to have made a pretty good restart there, actually. Green flag waves then. Ben Short is number 71, heading off down to the first corner with Ben Hansey behind him. Then 125 Tom Roach. But are we going to see a change before the end of this race, Josh?
There was 1 minute 39 to go as they cross the line. So this will be the last lap, I think. And it's Craggs, who has been saying, was going to say, well, he almost lost a place to David Abbott on the restart, who gets a very sideways through Hawthorne. But there's Ben Short. He's already gapped Ben Hansey, who in turn has a nice margin over Tom Roach and Michael Comber. So we're all closer for 3rd and 4th position here, heading down towards Tower Bend. Short certainly looks good up front, and they all stay in the same order into here, with Ben Hansey still doing this good job to hang on to 2nd position. Then the next group are falling a bit further behind, headed by Ben Abbott. Jim Clark-Hess is next. Ben Hansey's under intense, incredibly high pressure from Tom Roach, multiple champion in Mazda Racing.
But not a part of the championship really this year, but he goes through on the inside. Does Mike Comber follow through as well at Sunny Corner? Yeah, Ben Hansi couldn't really close the door there, so he's lost a couple of positions. Both of those drivers do go through, but as you were saying, we don't know, these 3 drivers that are ahead, whether they're going to contest all of the championship rounds. We know that Tom Roach isn't, because he's already missed the first 2 meetings, but down to the final few corners they go. Then it is Ben Short leading. The only remaining question then is, can Tom Roach get ahead of Ben Short? He's about 2 car lengths behind as they make their way through the right hand of the final time into the hairpin. Doesn't look like he's going to make an attack there. Oh, but Ben Short very sideways coming out of the corner. Checkered flag is made ready, and it is way for the second time this weekend. Ben Short, number 71, takes the win from number 125 Tom Roach in second place, and third place in the end goes to Mike Comber, number 58.